babe, when you hold me and kiss me slowly, it's the sweetest thing. And it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, oh, you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, best part.
It's the sunrise and those brown eyes, yes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then we make love, it makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the Tylenol I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, best part. If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say?
Even if we're just dancing in the dark, messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving round my place. I check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face. Man, I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know that there is. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This comes for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. You sit around getting older. There's a joke here somewhere and it's on me. I shake this world off my shoulders. Come on baby, the life's on me. Stay on the streets of this town, and there'll be a carving sick of sitting around trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on now, baby, give me just one look. You can't start a fire. Sitting around crying over a broken heart. This goes for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Welcome, family and friends. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Anna. I'm Charles's older sibling, and I'm really happy to be officiating today. And I didn't think I'd get teary, but I did. We are gathered here today to celebrate a meaningful moment in Charles and Clarissa's lives together. In the 13 years they've spent together, their relationship has grown and changed and matured. And now they've decided to live their lives together as husband and wife. Charles and Clarissa would like to start by thanking all of you for being here. Each of you has played an important role in their lives, and your presence today means the world to them. You're not just witnesses to their union, you're their support. You're their community, you'll continue to support them, you'll celebrate their life together.
You can sit down.
Oh, you can sit down. Oh, I'm very sorry. It wasn't in the script and I don't usually do this. Thank you all for standing so long for Clarissa. She deserves it and more. So again, their thanks. And they ask now for your continued encouragement, support, and the counsel that you've so graciously given them to this point and for the rest of their lives. Like many of you, I've known Charles and Clarissa throughout their many years together. And I've always been so happy to see them together. They're a partnership that is really, really joyful to watch and to see in two other people. They're so proud of each other. They always want to tell you what the other one is up to. They always know what the other one is up to, and they're interested. They just obviously take really great pleasure in each other's company, and they have over so many years. If you've been lucky enough to be hosted by them in their home, you know that their home is made truly beautiful by the consideration they show for each other. They're just deeply generous and attentive to each other all the time, and it makes it beautiful to be around them. I'm really grateful that Charles has brought Clarissa into my life. I'm really grateful to know her and her humor and her dedication to her loved ones and to her passion and her career and to being really everything the little brother deserves and more. And I just look forward to seeing your partnership and your love grow and adapt for the rest of your lives. All right, Charles and Clarissa, today you stand before your loved ones to declare your continued commitment to each other. Do you, Clarissa, choose Charles as your husband, promising to love, support, and honor him for all the days of your life?
I do.
And do you, Charles, choose Clarissa as your wife, promising to love, support, and honor her for all the days of your life?
I do.
Charles and Clarissa have chosen to write their own vows and are going to share them here.
Charles, you are my everything. Since we were 15, you've shown me what being loved and being in love is like, what building a life and growing with someone is like. From our tiny college dorm rooms to our one-bedroom Nashville apartment to now our Philly row home, no matter where or what we live in, it's a home I love because my home is with you. You're my best friend, and I love you completely, but you have some specific qualities that make you truly the best person ever. First is your patience with me. For example, I do some pretty crazy things that only someone with a heart of gold would be willing to endure. Like that time I almost broke up with you, irrationally emotional in the middle of the street, and then you took me to Boston Burger Company and then made me eat some fries, and patiently waited for me to realize I was just overreacting and hangry. Or like still being willing to play Settlers of Catan with me, knowing that if I lose, I won't talk to you for the rest of the night. But if I win, I still won't speak to you for the rest of the night because I'll think that you let me win. I vow to never take your love and your patience for granted, and to be your best friend back, and to be more self-aware when I'm hungry so it won't get between us again. Another quality I love is your unwavering support. Like when you stayed up until 3 a.m. cooking for Vanderbilt's Iron Chef competition that I didn't even cook for, and your willingness to move for me now twice to support my career. I vow to do the same for you, to make your dreams my dreams, and to always work with you to fulfill them together as a team. I love and am inspired by your mental fortitude, like how you bike to and from work in rain and snow, like how you've been supporting yourself since starting college. And I promise to be by your side so you never have to bear hardships on your own anymore. And last but not least, I love how much and the way you care for Hazel, for your friends, for our home, for me. Like staying up late to bake cookies every week in high school to raise money for our class. Waking up at 5 every morning to drive me to work when you don't have to be up that early. Cooking and packing me food so I don't forget to eat in the hospital. And basically doing all the chores at home every day. Like baking me an elaborate cake every year for my birthday since high school without fail. And like getting excited about Sundays being pancake days for us and our future kids. I know you're going to be the best dad, one that would have made your dad proud. I vow to care for you back in all the ways that you need and want, in sickness and in health, but probably mostly in sickness because taking care of sick people is my main skill. You are unlike anyone I know, and I am the luckiest person in the world to get to know you so deeply and for so many years already. As you know, I went through some of our old keepsakes earlier this week and I was struck by some memories. On September 3rd, 2012, I wrote in a letter to you, I have something to wish for now, on every 11/11 and birthday, to be able to spend the rest of my life with you. And on March 18, 2013, I wrote in my diary, as I grow up, I'm learning what it means to live for someone else. I live to make Charles happy, and that makes me happy. He is everything I need in life, and I would never change any moment I've spent with him. In 5 years, I hope we'll be married. Well, here we are, a little longer than 5 years later, but standing here together, fulfilling the dreams of our high school selves. Charles, loving you is the greatest privilege of my life. Thank you for choosing me, and I promise to choose you every day for the rest of my life.
Okay, I gotta follow that. Clarissa. When we first met in 6th grade, and you were dating one of my best friends at the time, I remember thinking you were pretty cool. Cool enough that during a sleepover at his house, I tried to save your relationship as you were actively trying to dump him. Fortunately for me, I was unsuccessful. By the next year, you and I were dating. People usually laugh when I tell them that we dated in 7th grade, but to this day, I still feel pride in that 2-month span. Walking from Senor Vicha's Spanish class to our lockers, holding hands, I felt comfortable sharing things with you, complaining about our days, and missed you when we went our separate ways to our next class. I don't think that most middle schoolers get to experience that, and I'm really glad I did with you. Freshman year of high school, when you accepted my crazy invitation to run around on the school tennis courts in the pouring rain just for the hell of it, you cemented in my mind that you were fun, a little crazy like me, and adventurous, and I loved that. And when we started dating again sophomore year, I realized quickly we could be something great. On my 16th birthday, we went to a toy store where I accidentally, I swear, pocketed a harmonica. And you saw me do it, and you didn't say anything. It's morally questionable, for sure. But it was a moment where you didn't jump to conclusions. You let the situation play out. And of course, you were relieved when I put the harmonica back, realizing my mistake. It sounds silly, but from that moment on, I felt I could mess up, not be judged, and rely on your support. Also, if things go wrong and we have to resort to lives of crime, it's nice to know you have my back. It's surreal to look back on struggling through long distance in college and coming out on the other side and achieving things we always dreamed of in high school. Having our own bed to sleep in together, adopting a dog like Hazel, planning road trips. The past 6 years living with you have passed by so fast. And I don't know if we reflect enough on how quick 13 years together have felt, but thankfully we're just getting started. You asked me a few weeks ago what I would say to my old self who didn't believe that marriage was right for me now that we're getting married. I said that I still hold my previous belief, that my commitment to you, before and after we put on these rings, has always been to commit to us for life. But I have realized while writing this, how important this moment is to be able to say these words to you. I'm so happy everyone here today is witness and supporters to our vows, but the true importance is saying them to you. This past week, I've watched you work, plan, greet family, reply to friends, laugh, stress a lot about the weather for today, and share meals with loved ones. And in this week, it was so easy to see all the beauty in you and the things that I love about you. You are welcoming. You invite others into your life, our home, and share what you have openly. You are compassionate, always showing kindness to those struggling, and you lift others up through your goofiness and not taking yourself too seriously. You are driven and organized, and thank goodness you are organized for our sake. Always making sure a plan is in place and following through on your end. You are funny, even though you say you aren't. You are smart to an absurd degree. As my mom always pointed out, you would always score a good few points higher than me in school, and my mom thinks I'm pretty smart. So we know what she thinks about you. You are a problem solver, an engineer like your grandma, and you're a damn good surgeon. You're optimistic and loving, and those are more important to me than you may ever know. You take all these characteristics and use them in your life with your friends, family, your patients at the hospital, and with me. And we are all so much better for that. You've seen me at my best and at my worst, and you've responded with what I needed in those moments. I can't ever thank you enough for that. What I can do is promise to you that I will always be there to support you in achieving your goals. I will be by your side through our hardest times and for our greatest joys. I will, to the best of my ability, challenge you the same way you challenge me to be better. I promise to listen to you, to communicate even when it's difficult, and to never shut you out. I promise to raise our future kids and dogs as the best dad I can be. I promise to take care of you when you're sick. So let's be honest, I should probably leave that to you. I promise to adventure with you and take my own turns planning those adventures for you. I promise to protect and provide for you, even if that doesn't mean with massive strength or a huge salary, but by standing up for your character if someone puts you down, and by providing you with a home-cooked meal after a long day. I promise to love you in the moment and to not take our moments for granted. I promise that these are not my last vows to you. There's still so much for us to learn, to experience, to change and grow together. I can't wait to keep doing that with my best friend, my love, and that's you.
The exchange of rings is a symbol of the promises you've made to each other. Charles, please place this ring on Clarissa's finger and repeat after me.
Do you want your ring too now?
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment.
May it remind you always of the vows we have shared today.
May it remind you always of the vows we have shared today. Hold tight there. Looks pretty good.
Clarissa, please place this ring on Charles's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment.
May it remind you always of the vows we have shared today.
May it remind you always of the vows we have shared here today.
Now I invite Clarissa's sister, Olivia, to join me in signing the couple's marriage certificate as official witnesses to make this all legal. And then down here. All right. Clarissa and Charles, you have exchanged rings and vows and signed a piece of paper. By the authority vested in you by the state of Pennsylvania, and with our official witness, you are now married. You may now kiss.
Hold me close.
Let me dead in my eyes till the day that I die. I just wanna feel alive. With you, I'm alive.
Fell in love, but it left me lonely. Tried to trust, but it burned me slowly. I didn't know that I was lost till I found her.
About that love that made sense. I was stressed till
I found her.
I've run for many miles trying to find love from a woman that could love me for who I am inside. And I've run for many miles trying to get away from the things I'm afraid of and everything inside. You say that we're already done, but what does that even mean? Tell me to open my eyes. Yeah, God, it was just a dream. I guess that's how you know that it's love, when you're scared to death to leave. You said that you'd never leave, never leave.
Baby, hold me close.
Let me dead in my eyes,
Dead in my
till the day that I die.
dead inside.
I just wanna feel alive.
With you, I'm alive.
With you, I'm a
Fell in love, but it left me lonely. Tried to trust, but it burned me slowly. I didn't know that I was lost till I found her. grandmother's ring. You got your girl, you did your thing. Oh, give me one more.
I feel kind of nervous, but I like to stand here. First of all, I want to say thanks everybody to come here to celebrate my daughter, Clarissa and Charles, the big day today. Yeah. I cannot be more happier to stand here, but to speak in front of everybody. Before, even last night, I talked to my daughter, said, should I speak here in front of everybody? Because I'm kind of worried about my accent. Nobody can understand me. Yeah. Yeah. But here I say, in this environment, and also try to stand in front of everybody, I drink several glasses of wine. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Clarissa is my sweetheart and my first daughter in the family. I'm so proud to have my daughter Clarissa to be here and to meet Charles. When Clarissa was 4 months, less than 4 months old, I just bring one suitcase with me. I came to the U.S. and left Clarissa and the mom home. But during that time, even I studied in the USF in Florida. I miss them a lot. I make the phone call during the nighttime, but over there it's the daytime. When the people ask Clarissa, where is Daddy? Clarissa, this I learned from my wife. Yeah, Clarissa will point to the telephone. Daddy is there. So when Clarissa is 2 years old, I went back to take them there, take them to the U.S. Clarissa cannot remember me, of course, during that time. She didn't know me, but she knows my voice. So I arrived at home in the early morning. I asked, the family is so happy I'm home. They wake up Clarissa and ask her, who is him? Clarissa just, it's still maybe just wrap her eyes. It's 2 years old, just 2 and 2 months, I can remember. Yeah, wrap her eyes and said, I asked her, who am I? She said, Daddy. So I'm so impressed. I'm so, okay, my daughter is so smart. Also, at the first several days, I'm trying to take Clarissa with me to the shopping and buy the toys. Clarissa didn't go with me because she didn't know what daddy means. Maybe she is was worried I will take her to somewhere else. She cannot go back home. She always asks the grandpa, go with me, go with. So we always together with grandpa to take her to the street, to the shopping place. But I'm trying to get more closer with her. I bribed her. I bought the toys. I also buying the food for her. Yeah. So 2 days later, I want to take her to the street again. She said to her Grandpa, you can stay home. So during that time, I thought, I'm getting more closer with her. So a lot of good memory in my mind. I wanted to say, but I don't want it, to take too much time to be here. I will just talk, privately or just at home with Clarissa, Charles, and the family. Yeah. And also, another thing I want to say, thanks Molly and the family to raise up so great and handsome boy, Charles. Yeah. And also today, I learned a lot. In our family, even me and Yan, we said, during the high school, no dating allowed. So Clarissa and Charles, they are hiding. I didn't know that until today. Even dating started at the middle school. Okay, the secret, not anymore. Okay, yes, that's all I want to say. Thanks everybody, and thanks Charles, and I hope you know each other already, and you have the good life forever. Yeah. Let's cheers for Clarissa and Charles. Yeah. Thank you. Enjoy. Have a good time. Yeah.
Sorry, I and Suzu, I was a part of hiding the secret from you in middle school. So, good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tenzin, or known as Kitty by Clarissa Charles, growing up. And it's been an incredible honor being a part of Clarissa's bridal party today. So I've known when Clarissa and I first met, we were just starting to read chapter books. The Boxcar Children was a huge hit. 23 years has been a long time.
We used to do speech and debate together, and as you made me surprised, I pressured her into doing the harder public speaking role.
And we used to speak gibberish in Chinese to intimidate our opponents. Okay, so we've known each other for a long time, namely through our parents, but we really only grew close, really starting in middle school. And this was such a formative time in my life, and also when Clarissa and Charles first met, also really formative time in their lives. Also, middle school was when Clarissa's sidekick phone was a really hot commodity. I don't know if people know what that is. It's like a BlackBerry but cooler. You can like swipe out the screen and text on a keyboard. And I didn't have a cell phone until high school, so I would call her all the time from my home phone. It's no longer your number, but it's the only number I know by heart outside of my family's. That's how often we talked. There was always something to talk about, even before Charles was in the picture. And you know, from being debate partners to visiting between Philly and Gainesville in college, to seeing you and Charles become homeowners, we've shared countless laughs. We've cried on each other's shoulders. And seeing you guys build a life together has been one of the greatest privileges. And being best friends with Clarissa has been one of the greatest adventures and one of the greatest gifts in my life. But as amazing as our adventures have been, nothing compares to seeing Clarissa with Charles. From the moment we made a code name for Charles, I think that was when it was like locked in, you know, that was sealed for eternity. His code name, by the way, was Taxi, because Charter Bus was too suspiciously sounding like Charles. So we switched vehicles, made it Taxi. And Charles at the time had like really classic skater kid, long hair. And I remember Clarissa was so afraid. She was like, if he cuts his hair, we might break up. But they survived that, obviously. And you know, seeing you two together, it's clear you always bring out the best in each other, except for Catan. That's like the one divisive factor. It's been so wonderful to watch their story unfold, especially from a front row seat. And I do mean literally front row seat. Clarissa and Charles were quite the duo in high school. She was class president. He was king of baking chocolate chip cookies for fundraising. We did a lot together, from volunteering to all these other activities. And there was one time she was dropping Charles off. I was in the back seat, and I'm leaning on like the shoulder rest of the car to talk to her about something later in the day. And Charles is leaning in for a quick kiss goodbye, but it's like inches from my face. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm friends with Charles too. And the way you guys show up for each other and support each other, truly just, it's so inspiring. I think beyond Clarissa being a constant in my life, Charles has been there for just as long, if not in more impressive ways, because you really bring out the best in her. Watching you guys be parents to Hazel, solve problems together, especially when I'm the problem. This is a short anecdote. So when Clarissa was in med school at Vanderbilt in Nashville, Shami and I went to go visit her. And the only thing I was more excited for than to see Clarissa and Charles was to try Nashville hot chicken, because I really, really like spicy food. Like I want to, well, not cry like this, but I want to cry when I'm eating spicy food. And they're so supportive. So for the whole visit, they're showing me different spicy chicken places. I'm underwhelmed. And on the last day, they really went out of their way to bring me to like it was like a Hail Mary. I think it was a Prince's. They had the spiciest sauce in stock at this location. I'm so excited to pick up the food. We get in the car, head to the airport. I'm eating the chicken in the car. I'm actually crying because it's spicy enough, so it was a success. But then I realized, in my excitement picking up the food, I left my purse and my ID at the chicken spot. And I think just to speak to how well they work together as a team, they miraculously got me my ID back in time. I made the flight with 2 minutes to spare. And I think just beyond the problem solving thing, truly you guys are so supportive, and I can't wait to see you guys become parents, because I feel like in many ways you are my parents also. Clarissa, you look absolutely stunning today. And more importantly, you look so incredibly happy. And Charles, thank you for making my best friend so incredibly happy, and for making the world's best chocolate chip cookies. That's the friendship tax, so I plan to collect. To stand here today, not just for my best friend, but for someone I consider to be family, is really moving for me, as you can tell. You two aren't just getting married, you're solidifying a bond that already feels like family to so many of us here. May your marriage be filled with the same laughter and love that has characterized your relationship from the start. Please join me in raising a glass to Clarissa and Charles. To the happy couple, to a lifetime of love and happiness. Cheers.
The way you called me over reminded me of like being scolded in elementary school. Like, Rohan, get over here. Hello, everyone. My name is Rohan. For those of you that don't know, I am going to read off my phone aggressively because that's the only way that I can get through this. I met Charles as a suite mate in our first semester at Tufts University at college. And I was really nervous to start college. I had all these anxieties floating around. Am I going to be able to make friends? Am I going to be as smart as the people around me? Do I have to hide my Pokemon plushies? The answer is yes. And I remember orientation week, coming back from like some afternoon class, like 2 p.m. I come back into the suite and Charles is face down, nose into the couch, fully passed out. And I thought, and just like I don't know what happened, but when I saw you do that, my anxieties about college like melted away. And I had a singular thought, which was, this is gonna be fun. And it was. Now, of course, anyone that knows Charles knows that he's a giver of love. He's gracious with his time, his empathy, his joy for life, and he shares that with Clarissa, and they share that with all of us unconditionally. It's a truly special thing. And Charles, like anyone, contains multitudes. So Charles and I were also on a competitive dance team in college called Blackout. Some of you may have heard about the stomping and the clapping, that phase of his life. And it was through that experience on the team that I experienced Charles the Savage. He had a presence like no other. Raw discipline had made him, in my opinion, one of the best steppers on that team. One of. Just to be clear. As a captain, he confidently led rookies to the boundary of their limits and gently pushed them over the edge. He would stay before practice, after practice, offering to help anyone on the team who needed it. And I remember during one of our hell weeks, which is a legit term, that's what we called our practice leading up to a performance, because murder week was taken. We were drilling a certain section of a step, just doing it over and over again. And it didn't sound quite right to our captain. And I could hear the rookies start to complain. Oh, like, I'm so tired, this is so hard, I can't figure out how to be louder. And I look over at Charles, and he is glaring at the team. Like a disappointed father trying to figure out a suitable punishment. And he walks over and he spreads the team, he walks to the center of the room, says nothing, performs the entire step alone. It was louder, cleaner, and nastier than any practice run we had that day. And just in case you didn't get the message, he did it again, twice in a row, right after. The closest character reference I have for Charles in Blackout is John Wick. I wish I was making that up. How during those college years, Clarissa and Charles were going through that long distance, and you could feel the genuine anticipation and excitement in the air leading up to their visiting weekends. And as difficult as it can be to be apart from the person that you love, one of my favorite visualizations is that a small wind can blow out a candle, but strengthens a bonfire. And Clarissa and Charles, you have an incredible bonfire, and we are all lucky to feel its warmth. So to them, if we could raise, love you both so much, and we're all so grateful for you. Cheers.
Can I take this up? Hi, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Shamli. I'm one of the ancient friends that's part of this group. So in my nearly 30 years of life, there's only about a handful or so of people that I can say that I've known and cared for more than a decade. Charles is lucky enough to be one of those people. I haven't always known him as Charles. He started off as Chaz, the cool, soccer prodigy that everyone on campus loved. Then he became Taxi, which I just got the context for why that name came to be. But he really became Charles the friend, probably 10th grade chemistry class, where we did everything but learn chemistry. I think I blame Charles for why I'm not a doctor today. We would complain about class. Charles would let me copy his homework. And we played Halo in the back of the class. But that's really where I got to know Charles as a true friend. Now, over the years as Clarissa's partner, Charles became more than just the boyfriend I had to like. He was my fiercest board game competitor, and still is. My provider of oatmeal raisin cookies. And a true friend. I'm really thankful to have him in my life. So if I have very few friends that I've only known for a decade, there's even fewer, the only two of which are sitting in this room right now, that I've known for over 2 and loved for over 2. As I was trying to put this together, there were 1,001 things that I came up with that I could say about Clarissa. I could talk about how we're only friends because our birthdays are 3 days apart and what else matters to 2 5-year-olds. I could talk about the songs that we wrote and performed for her parents on the driveway. Or I could talk about how the time literally last year that she held me hostage to eat 5 eggs so that I could get my protein intake. But there's one story in particular that I don't even know that she remembers that I think really embodies who Clarissa was to me, or who Clarissa is to me still. For context, we grew up in a very small town in Florida. But when we were about 5 or 6, some well-meaning older lady came up to us and asked if we were sisters. Now, Clarissa's tan, but not this tan. For years, I thought this was just a really funny story / slight indication of what Sarasota was like. But I think it hit me fairly recently that maybe she was onto something. Some of us aren't blessed enough to have a sister in the house, but we are blessed enough to have one 2 doors down. This is a sister who pushed me to try new things, who is the role model all of our parents wish we were, and who in the true older sister fashion did everything first. 25 years of friendship and sisterhood is no small thing, and I wouldn't even be half the person that I am today without Clarissa by my side. Now that I've bragged sufficiently about how well I know each of them, I'll try and close out. I've known them apart, and I'm really fortunate enough to have watched them grow together. In so many ways, they are each other's complement, by which I mean Charles is a really good listener. You both are such a beautiful model of love that works and works every day to make it. And I just want to say that I love you. I love your love, and I can't wait for the decades to come. So, cheers to a night to remember and a lifetime to cherish.
I just want to say that if I knew that they were sneaking around, I never would have let it happen. Disgusting. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know, my name is Evan, and I've known Charles since we were 4 years old. We grew up exactly one street away from each other. I was 969 Orange Avenue. He was 969 Citrus Avenue. That's real. It's Florida. So we went to preschool, elementary school, and high school together, with the majority of it being spent at good old Pineview. Our childhood consisted of playground soccer, airsoft matches, the forming of a neighborhood bicycle gang at the age of 11, and a game we invented that essentially amounted to us beating each other with hockey sticks in my backyard. It's called the hockey game. Growing up, I always knew that I could call 366-5674, and my best friend would be at my house within minutes. Don't call that number now, though. It's since been changed. You'll just reach an elderly woman named Gladys who's terrible at the hockey game. You could say with these credentials that I'm somewhat of a Charles connoisseur. I've always known him as a highly intelligent, charismatic, loyal friend who I've looked up to my entire life. Charles figured out early that the best way to excel in life was to be himself, and himself was an incredible person. He has this magnetism that draws people to him effortlessly. This was on full display during a tight race for our high school class secretary. 2 candidates were neck and neck. Both campaigns were fierce. Charles was not either of these candidates. But he did enter the race on the day of the election, walked in front of the whole class and said, "Hi, I'm Charles. I'm running for class secretary," and he won in a landslide. It was awesome, but not if you were one of those 2 people. But I know that Charles winning that election was a testament to the popularity he gained just by being himself. When talking to Charles, he listens well and makes you feel important. If you come to him to talk about a life problem, chances are he'll either solve it or you'll walk away feeling much better about it. We live across the country from each other now, so we don't get to hang out as often as when we were kids, but every time I see him, it's like I'm 16 again, and the world's problems aren't so bad, because I'm laughing with my oldest friend, and life is good. Stuffy out here. I'm so lucky to call Charles my lifelong friend and my brother. I know that no matter what happens in our lives or how long it's been since we've seen each other, Charles will always be there for me and I for him. And the beauty of being a Pineview alumni is that I've known Clarissa for over 2 decades as well. I really started to get to know her in the 7th grade when my friend Charles took a special interest in her during our walks to and from Mr. Veach's Spanish class. Senor Veach, my apologies. Lo siento. During this time, I had the great pleasure of witnessing Charles falling in love with Clarissa firsthand, and I can honestly say that I love her very much as well. I've always known her as a compassionate friend whose kindness is only overshadowed by her intelligence. What I always found cool about her growing up was that she was able to excel in school, but she also was not a total nerd. That was Charles. That's a lie. All of us who went to Pineview were and still are huge nerds. For those of you who don't know, Pineview was a very nerdy school with a tough course load and high-achieving students. If you were to drop a 1980s movie high school bully into Pineview, it would have been like one of those nature documentaries where wolves are reintroduced into an ecosystem. At a school with this much intelligence, it's really easy to feel not so intelligent. As a poor study myself, it was easy to feel like I wasn't so bright or I wasn't as good as the other students. But I was never made to feel like that whenever I talked to Clarissa. You see, for as high as she has risen in life, she sees nobody as beneath her, even though we all look up to her. While most of the relationship at Pineview was all sunshine and rainbows, there was one stormy period after my sweet, sweet Charles showed up to school with the tragedy of a haircut, alluded to by Kitty earlier. Clarissa did the only rational thing that a 12 to 13-year-old could do and promptly dumped him on the spot. Sorry. Coincidentally, 1 year later in the 8th grade, I got an equally bad haircut and was promptly dumped by my girlfriend as well. It's not funny when it happens to me. Obviously, we know that Charles and Clarissa got back together, but my girlfriend and I did not. So at least we know that Charles's hair got better. I'll keep trying to work on mine. I look at these two today, and I see the core personality traits that make them amazing friends and also a perfect match for each other. I look at them and my phone right now, and I see the drive of the first power couple I ever witnessed before I even knew what a power couple was. I see the compassion of two people who drove me home and consoled me after what can only be described as the most soul-crushing double date that a 10th grader can experience. And I see the patience they've had since we were 13, and my antics led to me physically shoving Charles into Clarissa to initiate a first kiss. I'd like to raise a glass to Charles and Clarissa. Life gets crazy sometimes, and it's going to throw you some wild curveballs. But lean on each other and everyone in this room who are here to support you just like you do for us. If you do that, your relationship can survive even the worst of haircuts. Cheers. Love you guys.
Everything falls into place like the flick of a switch. Well, my mama told me there'll be days like this. But you don't need to worry, there'll be days like this. When the one's in a hurry, there'll be days like this. When you don't get betrayed by that old Judas cousin. Oh, my mama told me there'll be days like this. There'll be days like this. When you don't need a chance
There'll be days like this when all the parts of the puzzle start to look like they fit. And I must remember there'll be days like this. When you don't have no free lovers, I can get the kiss. When it's somebody's business, the way that you want to live, I just have to remember there'll be days like this. No one steps on my dreams. There'll be days like this. Well, my mama told me there'll be days like this. Oh, my mama told me there'll be days like this. Oh, my mama told me there'll be days like this. There'll be days like this.
I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. I realize the time that I wasted here. I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. I'll be fucked up if you can't be right here. You can't be right here. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. When I'm away from you, I miss your touch. You're the reason I believe in love. For me to trust, and I'm afraid that I'ma fuck it up. Ain't no way that I can leave you stranded, cause you ain't never left me empty-handed. And you know that I can't live without you. So baby, stay. I'd be fucked up if you can't be right here. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I do the same thing I told you that I never would. I told you I changed, even when I knew I never could. Know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I need you to stay, need you to stay. For the club, I get like it.
have, Charles.
I had a feeling we had to.
Get naked!